All right. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So, if you are new to the channel, what you will do is you give a like to the video, you subscribe to the channel, and you share the video too as well. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. This is a brand new week. And we definitely have to make money this week. Okay, you are part of my team, you are part of my community, then we have to make money together. Yeah, so we definitely have to make money this week. And I hope you guys backtested your trades, that you backtested your system, and you are fully confident to execute, or you are fully confident to, in case maybe your trade or the market gives you an opportunity, you'll be taking advantage of. So the only way you are going to be confident in the trades, or the only way you are going to be confident to make money, to execute trade, is what? When you are very confident in your trade, when you've seen the same thing happening over and over and over again, that is when you are going to be confident to execute. So if you didn't backtest during the weekdays, then I don't know I don't know what's wrong. So you need to backtest. Okay. Yeah, so looking at the trades, looking at the markets, I think I saw a lot of opportunities, but as it is Monday, the market is, so I'm seeing some opportunities in the market. So you're going to be analyzing it together to see how it's going to work out. And I'm very confident in those trades. Okay. The reason why I'm very confident in those trades are they have happened before. Okay. That's the beauty of trading. It's like trying to write remedial exams. But most of the questions are just repetitions. Most of the patterns are repetition. So if you are new over here, let me know where you are listening from. Your name, kindly type. I know you are not much, but let's make it an engaging. Let's try and make it engaging. Kindly type what's your name and where you are listening from. So one thing is, the moment I stop doing this thing, then some people will be testing me, why now you don't come live again, and why have you stopped? But when you start doing it, you don't see those people. You don't see those people. But when you stop, then they will be messaging you, DMing you, or please, you don't see you live again. You don't see you live again. Why have you stopped? Last time when I went on break, some people tested me. Some people were messaging me, why have you not been coming to live? Why have you not been doing live again? We've been missing you. Like, it was really helping us, and now you've quit. You are not doing it anymore. But the moment you start doing it, those people will get tired of you. They will get tired of you, and they will not even show up. That's the nature of humans. So I understand. So kindly type in your name. Let me know, you people. Where are you listening from? So don't give up. Don't give up on things. Like, mostly, I always advise, with my experience in life, I always say the only way to succeed in anything that you are doing is to continue showing up. Continue showing up. Me, I always say, the moment someone has done it and it is working for the person, why do you have to quit? Since the person is, like, you are about to start a business, someone has done it, it's working for the person. I will never quit. I will just follow the person religiously. I'll just learn the person's way of doing things. How did you do it? Okay. So since someone has been able to do it and it's working for the person, that means it works. So maybe there are one or two things that you're not doing right. That's why you are not. It's not working for you. So you need to tweak. I was about to say tweak. You need to tweak things. Okay, you need to continue refining with things is going to work for you. Okay, so never stop something that someone is doing and it's working for him. That was my motto. That has been my motto ever since when I started anything new. If someone has been able to do it, I will find a way to work for me. Since someone is doing it and it's working, if I want to maybe do YouTube full time, I'll just learn how to be a content creator, learn to be able to create an engaging styles so that people will be hooked on my channel if I want to be doing it full time. Okay, so if anything that you want to do, just learn about it, continue learning about it. You see how I've been consistent. You have to be consistent. Consistency is the key to open any hidden or to open any door that is locked. Kindly type in your name and where you are listening from. Let's make it engaging. Where are you listening from? Where are you listening from? Kindly give a like to the video too as well. If you just joined, give a like to the video. Kindly type in your name and where you are listening from. Type in your name and where you are listening from. Don't be like what do you call it? I've forgotten the name. Don't be like I'm secret observer, or like, yeah, don't be like a secret observer. Those if you are poor, there's nothing in being introvert. Don't be an introvert if you are poor. You have to be loud. Joshua, thank God. Joshua, what's the name? Kaduna, Nigeria. Okay. Omo, good morning. Omo, good morning. Kaduna. That's a village in Nigeria, right? Kaduna, I learned it's a village. Kaduna is a village. It's not like Lagos, Port Harcourt, or Benin. Port Harcourt. Ali from Half Asene. Where is the full Asene? Ali, good morning from Half Asene, Western region. Where is the full Asene? Why did you guys get the Half Asene, not the full Asene? Yeah, good morning. So kindly type in your name and where you are listening from. You're having Joshua from Kaduna, Nigeria. You're having Ali from Half Asene, Western region. So kindly type in your name and where you are listening from. Let's do some chart breakdown. Let's talk about fundamentals. Let's talk about the technical analysis. Trading is, if you're not enjoying trading, then I don't know why. You have to enjoy trading. Trading is fun. Trading is interesting. Like, it's never boring. It's a game that never gets boring. The reason is what? Every day there was a new challenge you need to overcome. Every day there was a problem you need to overcome. The four Arsenal is in Ivory Coast. Oh, okay. Ali, you are welcome. Trading is fun. If you're not enjoying trading, then you came in for to pay. You came in for the money. Like, you came in with the mindset of getting things fast. And as things are not working for you, you feel like it's. But if you are doing it with the motive or with the goal of just understanding the concept, trading will become very, very, very interesting. If you came into the game with the sole motive to crack the code of how this thing works, trading will be very, very interesting. Trading never gets boring. It's a game that it never gets boring. You see something, most of the times, if you're in some industry, especially if you're working for someone, or maybe if you're this every day, it gets boring because you are doing same thing every day, so it gets boring. But trading is a game that never gets boring, in the sense that even if you do it like 50 years, there's still going to be a challenge. It never gets boring. It's still going to You are still going to doubt your trade. You are still going to be like, trade is going to pull on you. You are going to get emotional. Always a challenge to what overcome. That makes trading very, very interesting. Okay, that makes it very interesting. So if you're new to the channel, you know something, every Mondays and Thursdays we do live stream. So for you not to miss the live stream, or in case maybe I post something on my channel, and for you not to miss it, kindly put the channel on all notification. Anytime I come live, or anytime I upload any video on the channel, you'll be the first person to get notified. You get it? So click on the bell icon, go to all notifications. So anytime I post, or anytime I upload anything on the channel, you'll be the first person to get notified or be alerted. Okay, so kindly do so, and let's move on to the chat. I love this game. I really, really love it. Anywhere that I am, you will see me analyzing. I don't like go and sit publicly and be analyzing. I make sure I'm like I've just separated myself from the masses of the public. Then I will just be doing my own thing. I love it. I love it when I analyze and the thing is moving. When it is against me, then I find out what I did wrong, that this thing is going against me. I really, really love trading. All right, so good morning. So with this morning, the message is what you have to be consistent in whatever you are doing. If you are trying to learn anything, try to be consistent. You are not going to figure things out that day you start, that week you start. It is going to take time. So that's how nature does its things. It's revealed in first of all, this is how nature is going to test you. Nature is going to see if you really, really need what you are doing. And one thing I've seen is what, so in case maybe you started something, and the moment you started, you have started like things have started clicking, you have started making money and other stuff. It is not even going to force you to learn more about what you are doing, because what you want, you have already gotten it. What will even trigger you or push you to learn more? But when the thing keeps on challenging you, you keep on learning. And those learning phases, those obstacles, those challenges that you are going through are building you for the future. You get it? They are building you for the future. So in case maybe you do it for a very long time and you become good at what you do, like any question that most of the questions that they will be asking you, because you like dedicated a lot of time to learn how the thing works, what is going to happen is what you are going to be given good questions. You'll be able to solve problems for some people, because you've already passed through that hurdles, you've already passed through that problems. Okay, the reason why some of you would tell me I'm very good at what I do, because I've gone through all the stages. You get it? I've gone through all the stages you are in now. That is why some people will say, "Oh, Charlie, you are good at what you do." Someone will say, "Oh, you are good." Most of the times, I've been getting these messages. Charlie, you are good at what you do. You are good at what you do. Because I've passed through all the challenges. I've passed through all the problems. Okay, for every challenge I faced during my journey, I try to solve it. For every challenge, I try to solve it. So that is how that is how consistency means. If it is not working, keep on trying to find ways to work. Don't quit. Be consistent. Yesterday I was watching something and about some guy who recently has caught the attention of the masses or the public. Okay, this guy was doing something for like almost 3 years. No one got that. No, he didn't get the attention of many people or the masses. Okay, and just recently I learned one big musician posted this guy, and the guy is everywhere. That's the power of consistency. Okay, the power of consistency. The guy is everywhere. But meanwhile, some people might think, oh, maybe the person started posting one video and like he has caught the attention of he has caught he has got the attention of many Ghanaians or many people. That's not how it works. It did it for a very long time. So that's how life works. So you need to be consistent, either positive, or try to find solutions or problem to whatever you are facing or whatever you are going through. Okay, it is not going to click a day. Even if it clicks a day, the journey is going to be boring. It should challenge you, it should frustrate you. That's what it's going to make the journey worth it. If you conquer, you have a nice story to tell. So for me, for instance, if I'm telling my trading story, it becomes like I sometimes get emotional because what I've gone through. Okay, I decided to do this thing. Even after completion of school, I decided to do this thing. Like my colleagues, like the journey, the story becomes emotional, the story becomes touching. That's what makes it very beautiful. But imagine if I started and everything started clicking. If I tell you my story, you won't even enjoy. So your story should be like more like it should hook. Okay, it should be something that people would desire to listen. Some people would love to listen because it's emotional. You've gone through a lot, if it has frustrated you. Okay, so that's how it should go. So if you are going through any problem or challenge, continue learning, continue going through. With time, it's going to click. Okay, so that's the motivational word for today. Okay, so since tell yourself, since someone has done it, the person is not having different blood, the person's blood is not black or maybe green, is the same red. Okay, so if he has been able to do it because he did it for listen to the person's story, watch the story of the person, you notice that the person has done it for a very long time. That's why it's clicking for him. So it's the same apply to you. If you also do it for a very long time, it will click for you. Okay, so the person is not better than you. Maybe you are even better, you are even brilliant than the person. So keep on doing it, it will click. All right, so good morning once again for those who joined. So those who just joined, kindly give a like to the video, kindly share the channel to your colleagues too as well, so that they will also get the good things that you are sharing over here. All right, so give a like to the video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, to kindly do well and subscribe. Today is going to be fire. We are going to be sharing a lot of value over here. So learning session has opened, so let's do our analysis and see what's going to happen. Let's do some top down analysis. So it's the same thing every day. Top down, you check the fundamentals, move to the technical analysis. Same idea, same system, same strategy. Nothing has changed. So I'm not here to tell you today I've changed this, I'm doing this. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, the same thing is going to make money, inshallah. All right, so let's check the fundamentals. So looking at the fundamentals, refreshing our data to look at the news. So there's no high impact news that happened during the Asian session. Okay, so former President Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, according to. So this is not something that is going to it's not going to move. If he has gotten cancer, that's his own problem. This is not something that is going to no one cares about Biden getting cancer. It doesn't affect or it's not going to have any negative news to the market. So that's why it is not. It's not high impact. It's just low impact. So it has no effect on the market. Okay, Biden getting cancer has no effect on the market. All right, the man is grown, so I think he'll be like 80s or so. Let's check the age. So he has enjoyed life. The age of Joe Biden's age, I think he'll be 80s or 70s. See, 82 years. So if 82 years man has gotten cancer, he's grown. He has really enjoyed this. He has really enjoyed life. So no one cares. If let's say maybe he's a young guy, that would be a painful thing. But the old man, no one cares. All right. So that's the technical fundamental analysis. So let's check the technical analysis. Let's check the fundamental analysis again. So today is Monday, so there was no high impact news, there was no high impact news that's going to be happening. All right, so today is clean day. So you see, is it because, let me check gold and see what's happening. So the market is dollar is even getting stronger more. Okay, the dollar is getting stronger more. Let's check the dollar index and see. Yeah, so okay, the dollar index is becoming weak. I mean, the dollar is becoming weak, but there was no high impact news. So I'm seeing some trade opportunities. I'm seeing some setups that I think it's looking good. So GBP USD has already invalidated the setup. USD CHF has also invalidated. Is it? They have all invalidated what I plan of. Those trades that caught my attention, they've all invalidated it. But the candle hasn't closed, so we can't see the trade has been. But the way things are moving, surely it looks like it has been invalidated. The setup has been invalidated. Okay, so GBP USD CHF was the setup that there was the market that I decided to analyze with you. It was looking good, but therefore, so let's start with GBP USD and see what I was expecting it to happen on the market. It was looking really looking good. So this is how mostly you do your top-down analysis. It is very important you analyze from the higher time frame to know the overall, to get to know, especially with the higher time frame like the monthly and weekly. The most important thing that I mostly pay attention to, that you have to also follow suit, is when it comes to determine your directional bias. You see, most of the times this is what most people get confused. If you are here and you are using different systems, you are going to get confused most of the times, especially if you are using trend line and at the same time using horizontal lines. Stick to one thing. If you are using horizontal line, trend line, you get more confused. So let's say maybe you draw your trend line over here. Okay, you draw your trend line over here, and at the same time trend line is telling you price has gotten here because you haven't three touches over here. Okay, point 1, point 2, point 3. Okay, and at the same time horizontal line is telling you, oh, price hasn't broken. You see, you get confused more. But let's say maybe if you are using only trend line would have told you it is time for you to sell. But since you are using horizontal line, so horizontal line too is telling you price has gotten to this level, so you shouldn't take the trade. It becomes more confusing. So if you are sticking to one, if it is trend line you are about to be using, that's fine. Concentrate on that. If it is horizontal line you are using, concentrate. Don't crowd your chart with a lot of information. You become confused. It is not the lot of confluences that you're having on the chart that is going to make your trade works. Okay, if the concept is there about, oh, maybe the trend is a downtrend, the trend is a uptrend, so after maybe the trend is a downtrend, the price is going to sell, it's going to sell. If the trend is an uptrend, if the price is going to buy, it's going to buy. So it is not about the lot of things that you apply on your charts that is going to make the trade works in your favor. Your horizontal lines or your trend lines is not what blocks the market moving in your direction. So kindly take note of that. Okay, kindly take note of that. Yeah, so looking at GBP USD, this is how you mostly do your top-down analysis. As I said, doing the reactional levels are very important. Okay, the reactional level, because most of the times the market mostly respects the higher time frame reactional level. Anytime market will get there, what is going to happen is it is going to either break out or retest. So it's very important you pay attention to those levels. So looking at the chart at this point, at the monthly time frame, is as price is trying to move up, I'm expecting it to move to this level. You get me? I'm expecting it to move to this level. So if price gets to this level, what you are expecting is there's going to be reaction. So the reaction can be a breakout or a retest. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. Okay, so price is kind of approaching that level. So let's make sure we are paying attention to. So you see, I'm doing the same thing anytime I come to the chart. If you watch my live stream, it has been the same thing ever since. Okay, nothing has been changed. That is the power of consistency. You become very confident in case maybe your setup gives an opportunity, because you've been doing the same thing over and over again. So there's no way you are going to be you are going to fear if it presents or if it kind of gives you an opportunity. You are going to execute it confidently. So looking at the weekly time frame too as well, with the weekly time frame, the market is kindly, as I said, it's approaching this area of interest. Okay, it is approaching this area of interest. So we're having this level 2 over here. So one thing you have to understand is looking at the candle, these levels are all valid in the sense that the market hasn't, the candle or price, the current candle hasn't closed. So it makes all these level of valid ones that price is going to struggle to break through. You get it? It's going to make it Price can still, you see, if you watch the previous candle, you notice that price wick, the candle has been giving you a lot of wicks rejection over here. So this one tells you that what is the chances that this one too is not going to be doing the same thing? It's not going to wick and come down. So that's why this level is valid. It's valid because the candle hasn't closed, so it can just wick down. Okay, it can just wick down, it can just wick and come back again. So it is valid. So far as the candle hasn't closed, it's still valid. This weekly candle, and we're having a lot of days for this candle for it to take this candle to close. So this level is also what this level is also a valid level. It's also a valid level. You're having another level over here. Okay, that price is coming down, it is going to distract, it's going to worry price to move down. Okay, so looking at this candle, let's try and analyze the weekly candle. It looks like this candle opens with no wick, or it looks like the candle opens, but I'm seeing like a small wick over here. But if you zoom out, you notice that the candle open with no wick, but this weekly time frame. So the chances that this candle will pull back and create that wick we are talking about is very high. The chances is very high. This candle can just create, okay, so it can leave something like this. This is the scenario I'm giving. It can leave something like this, okay. It can leave something like this, and the candle will just leave you a long wick over here. So something of this sort, maybe by the end of the week, something like that can happen, okay, by leaving a long wick over here. By the reason is what, it can come down and create the wick that you are expecting it to happen. Most of the times when the market opens, okay, it opens with a wick at the top. That is how the candle forms. It mostly gives a wick before it will move down. So let's see this weekly time frame. But apart from this one, you don't have any levels that is going to distract price, okay, unless to this level. So that's cool. So let's move to this, the monthly weekly time frame. So looking at the trend for the weekly time frame, I don't pay attention to the weekly trend, okay, but it's fine if you watch it. Looking at the weekly trend and look at the previous candle closed with a bearish candle. Okay, the previous candle closed with a bearish candle, so the chances that this one can flip and come down is very high. That's cool. By the weekly trend, most of the times with the weekly time frame, the monthly and the weekly time frame, what I mostly check is the levels. Okay, the levels are the most important thing. When I come to the daily time frame, that's when the trend mostly catch my attention. Or mostly the trend is very, very important to me when I come to the daily time frames. So looking at the daily time frame at this point, we're having a lot of rejectional levels over here. So if price decides to flip, we are having this rejectional level. So the setup was looking good during the Asian session, but because it's Monday, as I said, Mondays you need to consider or classify it as formation day. Mondays are mostly formation days. Okay, Mondays are the market is now forming, so we mostly get a lot of fake out, especially if you are trading currencies. Mondays are formation days. The market is now forming, so I mostly get joy when I'm trading on Tuesdays, when I'm trading on Wednesday, Thursdays, Friday maybe during the learning session. But Mondays morning, a lot of fake out. The market is now forming, the market is now setting up, so we have a lot of fake outs. Okay, we have a lot of fake out, so this level is not valid. Okay, this level is not valid in the sense that the candle is still ongoing, so it can just flip. Okay, the candle can flip, so it is not valid. So this is the valid one. So when it comes to Mondays, when you are trading currencies, you need to be patient with yourself. You need to be very, very patient because the market is now forming. So I give an example. I've been given this example several times on my stream, that Mondays are like, maybe you see, mostly if you are working at the corporate, you are in the corporate world, or maybe if you are in these offices, the banks, the institutions, the corporations, and those things, what happens most of the times is on Fridays, most of the people are in haste to go for vacations, or maybe they are in haste to go for holidays for the weekend. They are in haste, they are trying to rush to go for the weekend. So most of the things, they don't complete it, they just leave it uncompleted, expecting to come back on what Monday to complete those things, and most of their books are not balanced and other stuffs. Okay, they are expecting to, because weekends, it's Friday, like they are all happy to go for weekend, so mostly they leave the work uncompleted. They are expecting to come back on Monday to complete the work. So that's what mostly happens. So it's the same thing in the market, because the market is moved by corporations, the market is moved by institutions, the banks. So everything that happens in the real world is the same thing, that what is a reflection of the movement of candles. Okay, because banks are the ones who move the market, institutions are the ones who move the market, the big corporations are the ones, they are all organizations. Okay, so all those things happening in this organization is what is going to reflect on the market. So they are now coming to the workplace to come and balance their books to start a fresh week. So Monday morning, the market hasn't, the banks have not started making to start their week. That's what happened. So you mostly see, especially for trading currency, you see a lot of fake outs. Even if the setup is looking good, it mostly fakes you up before it will try to move in your direction. That's what mostly happened. So I was expecting this market to move down. If you look at this one, the daily time frame was looking good. It has even created this resistance over here. So I never expected, looking at the daily time frame, even the candle, the ongoing candle, looks like it's formed, it opens with no wick. So this yesterday I didn't sleep early because I was just like awake watching the market. So I was having a high hope that this market is going to just come down, and surprisingly, I just wake up, I have some small nap, came back to the market to check and notice that this is what is happening, because this one has created this resistance over here. So I was having a high hope that this market is going to flip. Okay, this one is going to flip, and the H42 has created this resistance over here. So I was expecting this one to flip and come down. It was a high probability trade setup for me, and it just did the opposite. So the zone was like 28 pips, so I was expecting it to come down to this side. My price decided to do the opposite. Looking at the daily time frame, if you look at the daily time frame, the trend is even though it's kind of ranging, it is consolidating. So one thing, most of the things that is giving me confluence, or most of the thing that I considered that was giving me more confidence in this trade was looking at the daily time frame. The daily time frame has created this resistance. The daily time frame has created this resistance, and from my experience and from my observation, watching how the market moves, if mostly the market creates this resistance over here. I think last week something of that sort happened also. Was it last week on Euro GBP JPY or so? The daily time frame created that support and the market moved massively. I've forgotten the time frame. Let me give you, I mostly like giving reference, because I know that whatever will happen in the market is the same thing that is going to what has happened in the past is the same thing that is going to happen in the present when it comes to trading the currency market. So it's very important, like you know your history. Let me put it this way: knowing your history is very important. Okay, it's like how some Pan-Africanists are mostly saying that you have to know your history as an African. It's the same thing when it comes to the market. If you know your history, it is going to give you confidence in the trades. So mostly the patterns that has happened in the past, I study them. Okay, so this is the trade that I was talking about. Was it this trade on GBP AUD? Yeah, on this. So the daily time frame created a resistance over here, and at the same time H4 created a resistance. You see how massively the market moved. So it's the same thing that I was expecting GBP USD to also do. If the daily has created that resistance, and the H42 has created that resistance, the higher time frame creating that resistance, I was having a high hope that this trade is going to move a sell. And what happened? The price market decided to move the opposite. So that's fine. So as I indicated, I've given you the explanation to the reason why this market has done this thing. Okay, I've given you all the reason of what this market doing this thing. The reason is it's Monday, it's formation. So Mondays, you have to write it in your notebook. Mondays, especially early in the morning, is formation. When you are trading currencies. Okay, gold can be different because the nature of gold is different. But when it comes to trading currency pairs, the formation of the market, okay, Mondays are formation days. Okay, Mondays are formation days, and Fridays are freaky days. Fridays will freak you. It will trick you. Mondays are formation. The market is now trying to get a direction. Okay, they are trying to get a direction. They are trying to get direction. So Mondays are formation days, Fridays are freaky days. So the daily time frame has created the daily time frame trend using your line chart. You notice that the market just did a downtrend, consolidated over here, consolidated in the sense that it was giving the same what it was giving the same equal highs, it was having the same highs and lows, the same highs rather. Okay, it was having the same highs over here. So I never expected, because looking at this one, the zone is very strong for the market to break. And at this point, the candle has just broke. But I strongly believe that this one, since the daily time frame has been closed, this one can just be what, a wick, and the market will come. As I said, it's just a formation, so it is now trying to get the direction. So it can just make a wick and come down. That's what I strongly believe about this market. Okay, so looking at the H4 time frame, this is what I was expecting. The H4 candle, this is what surprises me. The H4 candle, the H4 trend, looking at the trend is what, a downtrend at this point, and it has created this resistance over here. So what is surprising me at this point is what, the H4 time frame has what, created this resistance, and it has closed below all the consolidation. There was a breakout closed below all this consolidation that like at the daily time frame created. This is a strong zone, and you're having the same time weekly zone over here. So, and I never thought this market is going to move up again and just what, fake out. And what happened? It just broke out. Okay, so at this point I was expecting the market to just come over here, but it has just moved up. Okay, so there was no clear direction. I don't have any bias on what, I don't have any bias on GBP US. I don't know what is causing this movement. Okay, is it going to be like Biden's prostate cancer or what? I don't know why. I don't know why this market this. I'm not sure because of this one. So dollar has become very weak, and gold has gained moment. The other currency has gained momentum. So I don't know the reason what caused this thing. Refreshing the data, you don't have any impact, any news that is coming. So I don't know why the market is the dollar is weak at this point, but that's fine. Yeah, so there was no direction, there was no bias for me at this point. But one thing I would say is, well, this candle hasn't closed, so it can just turn around and come down. But the rate or the way the market is moving, okay, looking at the candle, how big it is, it tells you that there was high or there was more buying pressure in the market, there was more buying momentum in the market. So there was more buying momentum in the market. So I strongly believe that this one can just it can just turn around. That's what but looking at the momentum, looking at the candle, I strongly believe that the turning around is not going to happen, because the size of the candle, looking at the size of the candle, is very big. Okay, for it tells you there was more buying pressure or more buying momentum in the market. So this one is going to continue moving up. That's what I strongly believe. So I don't have any daily bias. I don't have bias. My bias was a sell, and it still maintains as a sell. I don't have any buy bias over here. My bias still maintains as a sell, because the candle hasn't closed. So it can still turn around. Okay, it can still. So the only time I'm going to be taking a sell is when the candle has flipped. It can just be a long wick when the candle just turn around, close below this point. That's when I will look for a sell. Okay, that's when I will look for a sell. But at this point, if the candle close, the moment the candle will close above this one, see, we don't consider or we don't conclude when a candle is ongoing. You don't make decision when a candle is ongoing. We only make decision when the candle has closed. Okay, this one can just be a fake out. So if you look at the past, you notice that you haven't wicks. Wicks were once body of a candle. So this one was once a body of a candle. Wick, this also wick. This was once also a body of a candle. So it's the same thing that can happen over here. Since the candle is ongoing, the candle is still in session. we don't consider, we don't make decision on that oh, maybe the trend has shifted. That is not how it goes. We make decision, or we conclude when the candle has what? Closed. So at this point, I'm going to conclude the trend has been invalidated only when the candle has closed. Please take note of that. I'm going to conclude only when the candle has closed. If the candle is ongoing, I still my bias still maintain as a sell. Okay. So I was thinking maybe it's going to close over here, then you look for a sell, look for an entry, okay, for a sell. But this is how it turns around to be. It turns around to what? To moving up, but it still maintain as a sell. So let's look at the next candle. That the next currency pair that caught my attention was USD CHF. So USD CHF was GBP USD, but it's okay. One was what's in a downtrend, and the other, the USD CHF, is an uptrend. So it's the same thing that is doing. So let's do a top-down analysis. So I did my analysis before coming to the stream, but let's do our top-down analysis and see. Let's do the analysis again and see what's going to happen. So moving to the monthly time frame, as I indicated, let's identify the various levels that if price is approaching those levels, maybe the market can just turn things around. Okay, we can have a reaction over there. So looking at the monthly time frame at this point, these are the various reactional levels. Anytime price, so you don't need any, like, if you are able to identify these levels very well, you don't need any psychological levels or anything. Okay, these levels, the market is going to give you the level it is going to turn. That's perfect. Okay, so if you know how to identify these things correctly, you don't need any levels, you don't need anything to tell you, any tool like Fibonacci tool, anything to tell you where the market is going to reverse. Mostly it's reverse based on these levels. So the market is going to come to this level, okay, and come back again if happens. So it's not like it's guaranteed. Sometimes it's a probability game that we are playing. So one thing you need to understand. So what I'm expecting is what the market to come to this level, then what, you move down. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. So looking at the weekly time frame at this point, the weekly time frame is also, you see the levels that we drew at the monthly time frame is what it's kind of aligned with what the weekly time frame is also doing. Okay, it's kind of, so we're having multiple touches over here, but this one we even got it at the monthly time frame. So it tells you how strong this level is. Okay, it tells you how strong this level is. So the weekly time frame, this is where price is what, this is the current market price. If you are doing your analysis, you have to always consider the current market price. So this is the current market price. So if price decides to move down, I'm expecting it to come to this level. Okay, I'm expecting it to come to this level. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. I'm expecting it to come to this level. So looking at the daily time frame, so this is where I'm much interested. So you see, what I discussed about on the GBP US is the same thing that is happening over here. So let's say this candle is not there. This ongoing candle is not there. You can see that the daily time frame has created this support. This is what mostly, it's kind of my bread and butter. Okay, this is my bread and butter setup. If the market, the analysis time frame gives you a resistance, or maybe create a key level, okay, something like this. So this is what was also giving me a high conflow. So you see this ABC setup, okay, this complex structure over here, the ABC setup over here, that we're expecting the continuation of the trend. If you look at the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame last week, it created the same setup and the market just moved. So you see this ABC setup, you see, let's do something over here, ABC setup. What happened? The market decided to move. So it's the same setup that is what forming at the daily time frame, this ABC setup. Okay, you see the setup that you are seeing over here, it is the same thing that is happening to over here at the daily time frame. So I was having strong hope or belief that the market is going to, as it has created this resistance over here, I was having a strong belief that it is going to turn around and move up again. Okay, but as I said, the market has just changed. Everything just changed, like just the few 2 hours ago, the market has just turned. Everything has just turned around. So this one was created a support over here. So I'm very sure that if this one happens to be on maybe the normal days, this market would have even flipped and moved up massively. But what happened? This one created a support over here, and guess what? It just moved up again. You get it? It just move up again. So at this point, what I'm expecting it to happen, I still maintain my bias, because looking at the daily time frame, the trend is what, an uptrend at this point, and it has even created the support over here, creating this ABC setup. So this one, if you understand this setup, it tells you import. This one tells you correction, impulse, correction. So you're expecting another impulse. Okay, you're expecting another impulse move. So at this point, what I'm expecting this one to do is what, my bias still maintain as an uptrend. So I'm still expecting the market to what, to move up again, and what, get this level filled, this zone get filled. I'm expecting this zone to get filled. So my bias still maintain as what, a buy. Okay, my bias still maintain as a buy. The candle hasn't closed, so my bias still maintain as a buy. My bias still maintain as a buy. This one can just flip and the candle will just move up. So my bias still maintain as a buy at this point. I'm not interested in any sell, because all my higher time frames are pointing up, unless maybe you are using the lower time frame, maybe H1, but I don't go lower to the H1 time frame, unless maybe I'm taking an entry. Most of the times my decisions are taken from what, the H4, the daily time frame. So I don't go lower than what, the H4 time frame. So okay, so you're having Martin from Nigeria. You're having Alpha. Good morning. You're having Mike Bullion. Good morning. Good morning to you, everyone. All right. So with USD my bias still holds as a buy. Okay, it still holds as a buy. The market just turned around. Yeah. So GBP USD was on top. So since most people are interested in gold, let me just do this thing on gold and small analysis on gold. So on Friday, gold really set up very well. It's really set up very well, and it just moved up. Okay, it just moved up. So looking at the trend at this point on gold, I mostly check the higher time frame. You need to know what the higher time frame direction is. Okay, so looking at the trend at this point on gold, let me check if you have any rejectional. So we're having another rejectional level over here. Okay, another rejectional level over here. You're having these rejectional levels over here at the daily time frame. Okay, so price has created a support over here. Price has created a support over here. Now this candle, the candle hasn't closed. Okay, so this one is not valid. The candle hasn't closed, so it's not valid. So looking at the H4 time frame, yeah, so the H4 time frame, you see, this is where there was a shift in trend. Price just broke out, pulled back over here, trend continues. So looking at the top of this one, the candle just broke this one. So it tells you the trend has shifted towards an uptrend. If you change it to a line chart, Emmy Junior from, is it Emmy Junior from Ghana? You are welcome. I hope you are doing well. So the high has been broken. The high has been broken by this candle. So I strongly believe the trend is still hot, an uptrend. Okay. I strongly believe the trend is still an uptrend at this point. It's not as strong. It's an uptrend at this point. So if you are going to be looking for a buy. Okay, so looking at gold, wow, it's really setting up very well. Let me check the daily zone before I will conclude on this one. Yeah. So to the scalpers, those who scalp, okay, in case maybe you are a scalper, this is a clean zone over here. This is a breakout. Okay. It's a breakout. So what you are expecting? what you're expecting, what you're expecting for price to come to this side, okay, before it to maybe bounce. This is what you're expecting. So in case maybe you just take short-term trades, the candle two has also closed perfectly. Okay, the candle two has also closed perfectly. You're looking at your left, there's no price action to your left. There's no support and resistance. So this one can just flip, come down, come up over here. You can just flip, come up over here before the trend was, because the H4 direction is an uptrend. But one thing is what the zone is what I'm having problem on. Okay, is it going to be like the lower time frame zones are going to hold? Okay, is it going to be like the lower time frame? Looking at H1 time frame, okay, it's close with a wick. Okay, so at this point, the 30-minute time frame, as the moment this one flips bullish, it can continue and price will come to this level. Okay, because H4 direction is what? A buy. Okay, the H4 direction is what? A buy. So if you move to the lower time frame, what you have to be looking for is what? A buy setup. So if this candle flips, break above this one, this candle can just move up to this side. Okay, because the zone is kind of very clean, following what? The direction of the higher time frame. So that's what I'm expecting on gold. That's what I'm expecting on gold. But mostly, I love this level. My concern at this point is what? The level that's price where you are going to place your stop loss, because I mostly love placing my stop loss on what? A strong level. Yeah, so it has flipped. Yeah, so it has flipped. This one, there was no fundamentals back in it. So there was no fundamentals back in it. So what's there? Yeah. So 91 pips. Cool chop 91 pips. So I don't mostly trade gold. That's why you are not seeing me executing. When I'm trying to, the reason why I don't trade gold, when it comes to gold, when you are trading gold, if you are trying to build your account, gold will just give you it will just print some money for you, and later it will just it will mess everything up again. I don't like that thing. So I don't like the moves of gold. I think now one volatile instrument that is getting my attention is Nasdaq. Nasdaq really moves well. So I'm still watching the moves of Nasdaq, because I've been predicting some good, especially last week, for instance. I predicted some nice moves on Nasdaq, and it moves calm, unlike gold. Gold is like a tilapia in water. Gold is like tilapia. It's very sleepy if you are touching it. I don't like that. So Nasdaq last week, I predicted it. I've been getting nice direction predicting it, and it has been moving very well in my favor. So I'm still watching the moves of Nasdaq. Maybe I will just choose Nasdaq over what gold. I don't like the movement. I don't like today I will lose it. I will win a trade tomorrow. I will lose it back to the market. What's the essence of? I don't like. People love trading gold. That's fine. But I don't. I predict. I analyze the same thing that we're going to be using it. But the way it gives and take, the way it gives and take, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I've been predicting. So this one like this, I even predicted this move. By the time it happened, was very bad. This move, I predicted this move 100%. By the time it happens, by the way it gives and take, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I know you have good lovers. I know you have good lovers over here. Good. I don't like. I don't love gold at all. Give and take it. You give it. It's very sleepy. Gold is like tilapia. The moment you touch it, then it will do like this. It will just shake. It will just shake body. It will just shake body. Like, just why are you saying why tilapia? It will just shake body good. Wood is very sleepy. It's very hard to like just hold it. But sometimes it can give you a nice opportunities. Sometimes it can give you a nice opportunities on it. But most of the times, those who say they trade gold, those people low key they lose. But they don't tell you. Low key they are losing. Because of the hype of the instruments. Oh, I trade gold. Charlie, trading gold doesn't mean you are making money. Oh. You do something that is making. At the end of the day, it is not about. It's about, are you making money? At the end of the day, are you making money? At the end of the day, are you making money? That's the most important thing. Are you making money? It's not about the instruments you trade. Are you making money? Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of flipping. Yeah, so let's check. So now one currency pair that has caught my attention is GBP card. GBP card also moves very well. It gives nice opportunities. So GBP card also gives a nice opportunity. Most of the times I've been getting nice setups over there on GBP card. And last week I missed this trade. Last week I missed some trades that when I was going back on my this thing, when I was going back on my trades, reviewing the trade, my performance last weekend. During the weekdays, I kind of like I got some two trades that could have even given me nice, like giving me good money, but I missed them, and I'm not sure this week. Tackle. I'm not sure I'm going to. I'm going to be glued to the chart. And I'm not good. If you come in my lane, if a setup and in alliance with my lane, I'm just going to hit it. Okay. So we've done our homework. Weekends are meant to be what, to prepare for the week ahead. You've prepared for this week, and this week we need to make money. Okay, you need to make money by hook or crook. You need to make money. So yeah, so the currency pairs GBP USD and Euro AUD2 was also one thing that I was having a close eye on. So with that one too, okay, so I think the way the candle closed, so it has also been invalidated. Looking at Euro card has also been invalidated. Okay, they have all been invalidated. As I said, they are all setting up. They are all setting up at this point in time. Yeah, yeah. So when mostly you have to check your archives and check your history and see if I those times the reason why I stopped like even trading inputting live trades on gold is because if I watch my history I notice that the trades that are giving me more losses are gold. I will just currency will give me opportunities, it will give me nice setups, and gold will just come and take everything away from me. I will build and gold will come and take it away from me. So I just told myself, you see, trading is all about checking your archives and seeing what is checking your trade history, seeing what you are doing wrong and eliminating them. I just Charlie, this thing is not helping me. I have to take it out from my history and I just stopped trading. And as I started focusing solely on currencies for now, things are really moving well. I just some weeks, it's been a while. I even had a loss. Okay, gold will give you like a nice setup that I mostly take. This trade setup is not going to fail. Gold will just make things. It will just fail. Okay, it will just fail. So it will give and it will take. And the way it moves, especially when it comes to giving you the risk to reward to like the competition on gold is very high. The competition as in the participants. Okay, you need to the participant don't hold for long. As in if buyers are in control within some small moments, small period, then sellers will come in. Then just if you took a buy, price will come and you come to your break-even point or only once a while that you get a nice, I guess, in price trend for a very long time. Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. So I love these currencies, especially GBP card, GBP. Oh, I love them. The way it moves very fine. I don't love something that I will build and it will come and take everything from me again. I don't like it. So I don't love importing live trades on gold unless maybe the trade like this trade in here it looks good. It looks good before I will take it. Other than that, I will not take it. Okay, so sometimes I do take if like the trade looks very good, I do take it. But majority of the times I'm just focused on currencies. Currency is what helped me pass my prop, helped me get some payouts. Okay, they have all been currencies throughout. Yeah, so the thing has now 10. Okay, the thing has now 10. The thing has now 10. Wow, so I'm not sure this thing is going to flip. So it's now forming. So maybe we are going to be getting at this point. So today getting trade opportunity is going to be very difficult on currencies. Okay, let me check GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Yeah. So it's still setting up. It's still setting up. It's still hoping there will be an opportunity. Yeah, so far currencies I don't see any opportunities on them. Nothing. Nothing is giving me an opportunity. I think let me check Euro JPY. Yeah. Okay. So Euro JPY is looking good. Yeah, so I think this one was set up during the New York session. This one is going to set up during the New York session because looking at the daily time frame, let's analyze it together. Looking at the daily time frame on this one, the daily time frame has shifted trend towards a downtrend. The daily time frame has shifted trend to a downtrend. It has created this resistance over here. So there was this zone over here. There was this zone over here. So looking at the weekly time frame. So yeah, looking at the daily time frame at this point, the daily time frame has created this resistance. The daily time frame trend is what? The trend is a downtrend. Price made high, low, high. There was a shift in trend over here when it broke this one. So there was a shift in trend at this point. So looking at the H4 time frame, price is also what? A downtrend. Yeah, so this one is looking good. Currently, it is what? Currently, price is retesting on the weekly zone. So at this point, I think this one will give us the trade we want during the New York session. Yeah, so we want this candle to close. The zone is also wide. The zone is kind of very wide. It's going to give a good risk to reward. Okay, so this one has now shifted to be on top of my watch list. This one daily is what? Daily is what? A downtrend. H4 is a downtrend. Okay, so this one might give an opportunity. Even JPY last week really give a nice, but one thing that made me stop taking this trade was this one. Okay, it's like a downtrend. The trend wasn't good, but it really moved very well. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen over here for the opposite side of what I'm thinking. So at this point, even though this one is moving, as I said, it's an ongoing candle. It hasn't closed yet. So this one can just maybe give us a resistance, then the trend will continue down. That's what I'm expecting. So Euro JPY, let me check the other one. NZD JPY. Okay. NZD JPY is also looking good. Wow. But with this one, the daily time frame is a downtrend. Okay, so even the candle closed below the zone. So unless maybe it has flipped, and the zone 2 is not wide. So there was another zone. Okay, the daily candle hasn't closed, so it's not a zone. So at this point, the candle has closed below the zone. So I don't consider it to be a high probability trade setup. Even if it's close above the zone, is kind of very small. So I'll go for Euro JPY. So Euro JPY is the one that I'll be watching today. If this one close, we don't have high probability trade setup, so I don't expect this candle to move massively. Let me check the zone. The zone is very big, 43 pips or 49 pips. Okay, 49 pips. So it's kind of very, very big. This one was like 26 pips. This one, the zone is like 45 pips. So so Euro JPY, I'm be expecting a sell on Euro JPY. So I want some resistance to be created over here. Then I'll be looking for a sell on Euro JPY. Other than that, then you have to look for a shift in trend at the lower time frame. Okay, a shift in trend at the H1 time frame, or maybe the 30-minute time frame. So that's what I'll be hoping for. I'll be waiting for. Okay, that's what I want. I'll be looking for a resistance to be created, then I'll go in for a sell. So let's check out gold and see what's going on. Yeah, it's still stuck. It's still not moving as you are expecting it to move. So as I said, I'm expecting it to come to this side before it will turn around, because the trend at the H4 time frame is an uptrend. So it's Monday, so take it easy. Okay, take it easy. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. If you have any currency pair you want me to analyze, you can also drop it in the chat box, and I will analyze it for you. Okay, so Nasdaq is something that I've been watching. Nasdaq moves. I love the moves of Nasdaq than gold. Nasdaq moved very smooth. Hey, last week Last week was kind of smooth. This trade, I just, because you see, mostly I don't just hop in onto trades and start trading it. I have to do what I do most of the times is I study the move. If it's a new instrument I'm trading, I don't just hop into the if it gives opportunity. I mostly wait to see, observe how it moves, observe some moves of the pair or the instrument before I will just start betting or just putting my money on them. Last week, for instance, this one created this resist support over here. Looking at the lower time frame, the 30 minutes, for instance, it gives a nice opportunity. It gives a nice, okay, I think the thing has expired. Yeah, I think the thing has, yeah, it gives a nice opportunity over here. The thing, I think the thing has expired. That's why. Yeah, so I have to subscribe. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so my subscription is due, so that's why it's behaving like that. So I have to, yeah. So this move, I just got this move, the whole of this move. I got the whole of this move. Okay, you see, I caught it over here, got the whole of this move. So it moves very well. So I'm still watching Nasdaq. US 32 is also, the most of US 30 is the same thing as Nasdaq. They are all got US stock, so they mostly move the same. They all move the same. So you see as this one is falling, this one too. Mostly the price action on the price action is the same, but I think Nasdaq moves very well than, I love the moves of Nasdaq than the US 30. So they mostly moves the same. Last I was watching SPS or S&P 500, but it mostly gives a lot of gaps, a lot of gaps, so I don't like it. Yeah, so I love the stocks than gold. Gold is very volatile. Gold is very, very volatile. So it's moving. So S&P 500, yeah, S&P 500, a lot of gaps. There are a lot of gaps. There are a lot of gaps. Okay, XPX, S&P 500, a lot of gaps. A lot. You see the gaps. We're having a lot of gaps. I don't know. See, I don't like something like this. How can you even define the price action? So those who trade stocks really, really do well. Really, really try. They really, really try trading stocks because the market is kind of not clear. A lot of gaps. Those who trade stocks really, really try. I don't like gaps like this. Most of if you watch Tesla too, is the same thing. If you, let's say, what Tesla stocks, is the same thing. Lot of gaps. So those who trade stocks, I don't know how they trade it, but they are good at what they do. They are good at what they do. These gaps, how can you analyze these gaps? But you have some people who trade stocks. They even see the Forex traders as like, you don't know what you are doing, especially those who trade stocks. This one, there are a lot of gaps. A lot of gaps. Stock traders sees retail traders as, Forex traders as, the CFDs as, you are just joking. But I don't know how they analyze with these gaps. I don't know how they mostly analyze. So SPS, S&P 500 too, kind of gaps. So So Nasdaq is cool. Yeah, so now I'm observing Nasdaq. But they mostly moves the same because they are all stock. They are all the US stocks. They are all US stock. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. So if there was no question, see you all same time on Thursday. So I'll come around on Thursday. So today, the one I'm watching is Euro JPY. So USD CHF, all those GBP USD, they just invalidate. I'm really surprised. So now what I'm looking forward to be taking is what Euro JPY, a sell on Euro JPY. I want this candle to close, give me a resistance. So this one will happen during the New York Stock Exchange session. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen. Alright, so guys, if there was no question, see you also this week we are going to be having there's going to be a lot of GBP news. We are going to be having CPI on GBP, retail sales on GBP. So if you are trading the lending session, you need to be very careful during the lending session. You're having GBP. Okay, yeah, we're having GBP news this week. A lot of GBP news. Retail sales on Friday. You're having PMI. So this week, the morning sessions is going to be very busy. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday during the lending session is going to be very busy. So if you are trading currencies, you are trading GBP during the lending session, kindly make sure you are paying attention to. All right. So guys, give a like the video, share the video to us all. So see you all same time Thursday. Trade safe. Make sure you are making money this week. Okay, this week you have to make sure you are making money. Be disciplined. Obey your system. Obey your rules. See you all same time. Bye bye.